Okay, so someone online just put it out there. He lies without blushing. Truly impressive. I'm completely floored by it.
Ooh, that's a pretty intense reaction, isn't it? And it was aimed squarely at a statement made just recently by Datuk Liu Huacai, the president of Party Gerakan Rakyat Malaysia. He came out saying something quite bold. He said, look, the Democratic Action Party, yeah, they might still get 80% of Chinese votes the next election. But his party, they plan to, and these were his words, grab the other 20%.
Grab him, huh? And what's the thinking behind that 20%?
Well, his argument is that a lot of Chinese voters feel let down, like really disappointed with the current unity government, and specifically DAP, mainly because DAP allied with the United Malays National Organization, UMNO. He sees that as a promise broken.
Right, the UMNO alliance, that's been a point of contention.
Exactly. And he thinks this disappointment is so deep, those voters won't even bother voting. They'll just stay home.
Creating a vacuum. Yeah, creating an opening for his Party Gerakan Rakyat Malaysia, and the whole Perikatan National Coalition. Honestly, when I first heard it, it just felt, well, it felt really disconnected from conversations I actually hear. A
Yeah.
friend just sort of shook their head like, seriously.
Uh.
So let me ask you listening, what's your immediate gut reaction? Is that a bold political vision, or does it sound, completely out of touch?
It's definitely sparked a massive online reaction, that's for sure. His whole strategy seems to rely on this idea, this 20% chunk of voters being so disillusioned they just give up on voting entirely.
Right, banking on apathy to create that space for Party Gerakan Rakyat Malaysia and Perikatan Nasional.
Precisely. But that's where things get interesting because the online commentary, it paints a very different picture.
Oh, not apathy then.
Not just apathy, no. It seems more like active rejection, maybe even ridicule. The sheer volume, and especially the tone of the comments online, it's overwhelmingly critical, often sarcastic.
Okay, so what are people actually saying? Give us a sense of
Yeah.
it.
Well, you can sort of group the comments. First, there's just outright dismissal of his credibility, people saying things like, he's overestimating himself too much.
Yeah.
Or even more blunt, you won't even get 0.2%. Some are even questioning the premise, like, is it possible 20% are spoiled votes, not for you?
Wow, 0.2%. That's
Yeah.
harsh. It suggests they don't just disagree, they think the claim is fundamentally unbelievable.
Exactly. It points to a real lack of trust, maybe. Then you have the second category. Sarcasm and mockery. This is where it gets quite cutting. You see comments like, go find a proper job. Every trade has its master, even food delivery.
Ouch.
Yeah. Or the classic put down, put your pillow higher when sleeping at night and you'll get it. Basically saying it's a pipe dream. And some are just direct insults, frankly, calling him truly a fool, still daring to boast. It shows many just find the whole idea laughable.
So it's moved beyond just political disagreement into personal ridicule and questioning the seriousness of the claim itself.
It certainly seems that way. And that leads to the third theme. People questioning the party's actual relevance and alternatives. We saw comments like, I'd rather cast a spoiled vote than vote for a good-for-nothing. That's a strong statement.
That really says something. Even if they're unhappy, Gerakan isn't seen as the answer.
Right. And this one was very telling. Even without the Democratic Action Party, I'd rather vote Malaysian Chinese Association than Party Gerakan Rakyat Malaysia.
Someone else even quipped, do you think Malaysian Chinese Association is dead? Implying, MCA is still seen as a more viable, or at least familiar, alternative within that space.
So even among potential protest voters, Gerakan isn't automatically the go-to choice. They're being compared, sometimes unfavorably, to other established parties.
Absolutely. All these comments together really highlight a massive disconnect between Datuk Liu's ambition and how a significant portion of the online Malaysian Chinese electorate seems to view his party's actual standing and appeal right now. Deep, deep skepticism. So, thinking about all this, what does it really tell us about Malaysian politics today, when a leader's statement seems so dramatically out of step with the public mood we see online?
Well, I think what this really shows is how political narratives are tested almost instantly now. You can't just put a statement out there and expect it to land unchallenged. The public, especially online, is engaged, they're critical, and they'll push back hard if something doesn't feel authentic or grounded. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, leaders need a much better pulse on actual voter sentiment, rather than relying on potentially outdated calculations. Authenticity seems key.
A challenging landscape for politicians, then. Needing to be much more tuned in. Remember to like and subscribe.